Good morning, good afternoon. If you're waking up to my video, I hope you slept well. Today, I will be doing my review of episode 3 of Moon Knight. Drink your water, it's good for you. This episode was better, in my opinion. It was better than the first one, it was better than the second one. But that's just how these things are supposed to be. They're always supposed to be better. First one was, if I remember, was confusing. The second one was, uh, but this one was better. I admit it was better. We got a more close look at I think his name is Kosher, the Egyptian god that's basically working with Mark slash Steven, in this situation where they're trying to stop Ethan Hawks, who's played as Arthur, from summoning Omnit, one of the other gods that the other gods don't want coming back, basically. Like I said, just a spoil review. Talk about everything I can remember from the episode. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you liked about my video. Tell me what you didn't like about my video. Help me make my videos better. So, it takes place right after the second one, as it should. I feel like they're all going to do that, so that's good. Um, Arthur, who's played by Ethan Hawke, is using the scarab that he took from Mark slash Steven to find Omnet's tomb, and they found it. As after they find it, it goes into Mark slash Steven, because remember they're same person, two different, no, same body, two different people. I'm guessing if I'm saying it right. Right now, he's trying to find somebody that's working with Arthur to see where they're at. But as he's doing it, if you remember in the first episode, it was all about Steven. Steven had control of his body, but every now and then it'll take over and it'll be Mark. In this episode, Mark had full control over the body, but then it'll have moments where Steven would take over. But the thing is, every time Steven took over and Mark would get it back, somebody was dead. And Mark would go to Steven like, "What did you do? Why did you kill them?" Steven was like, "That wasn't me. I didn't kill these people." I believe Kosha was taking over, the Egyptian god, and killing those people. So basically, after everybody that's dead that Mark was trying to talk to find out where Arthur is, he goes to Kosha, the Egyptian god. He's like, "What are we gonna do now? We have no witnesses. We have nobody that knows where Arthur is. So we're kind of stuck right now." So Kosha was like, "I have a proposition, or I have an idea, basically, but it's a bad one." So he basically messes with the sky. I think he like messes with like the sky, basically, and the Egyptian gods don't like that, which grants Mark is it Mark or Mac? Mark, which grants Mark and Kosha audience with the other Egyptian gods. So they go into one of the great Sphinx, if I'm saying it right, from Egypt. Sphinx pyramids, one of the great pyramids, and all the Egyptian gods are there. Well, their avatars there. Every Egyptian god has an avatar, just like how Kosha is the Egyptian god for Mark. Mark is his avatar, aka Steven. All the other ones have their avatar, so they could like move around and talk to people and everything. So when they get there, the Egyptian gods take over their bodies through their mouths, and they're all talking. Kosha is basically telling the Egyptian gods that Arthur is trying to summon Omnip, and he wants to have a case against him. So the gods are like, "Okay, let's bring him in." Arthur steps through, and he's playing his case like, "I'm not doing nothing that he's talking about. Actually, Kosha is making this man sick. He has different personalities. He's losing control of his mind, and he's hurting." So Kosha's trying to tell him to shut up. That's not true. Be quiet. Nya, nya, nya. This type shit. So the guy's like, "Okay, Kosha, be quiet. Let me speak to Mark." or Steven, aka. So Mark takes over and he's like, yeah, I am in pain. I am hurting. But what Kosha is saying about Arthur is true. He really going to summon Omnipt if you don't stop him. But they don't believe him. So they let Arthur go. And they tell Kosha, if you mess with the skies again, we will imprison you in stone. So after the case is over with, one of the Egyptian gods that's close to Kosha, she tells Mark like there's another way that you could find where Arthur is going. Find the I guess like at first I thought it was a person, but it's like not tomb. Find the coffin of what was the thing named coffin of some not some so it started with I forgot his name started with, but they had to find an old coffin of a guy that knew everything where on the tomb was, just in case if the gods didn't believe that somebody would probably bring it back. So Mark goes to the black market and he finds somebody that knows where it's at. But right before he get information about it, his wife shows up, or ex-wife, because they was trying to get divorced but didn't go through. Layla. Layla is starting to become a lot more seen and known through the episodes, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a lot in the rest of the episodes. So she shows up, tells Mark, I know how to get to the coffin, so we gotta work together. So and this is where they start to have like a not deep connection, but like we start to like get more of their love together. Basically, they're talking about like how come you not opening up to me? Why you not telling me what's going on? Why didn't you tell me what's going on? Because she wants to know everything, but Mark doesn't want her to know everything because he knows that if he fails his mission, Kosha is going to make her the next Avatar, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want her to um, deal with what he's dealing with. But she kind of already, she's slowly putting two and two together. She knows that Mark has somebody named Steven inside him too. They switch personalities. She knows about him putting on the suit. Really, all she doesn't know is about the whole Avatar thing and Kosha. That's all she really doesn't know. But while I'm thinking about it, this is something else that happened in the very beginning of the episode. We find out that Layla's mother and father were archaeologists. So they, well, I guess black market archaeologists, whereas like they don't go through things by law. Her mother made her a fake passport to go to Egypt to join up with Mark, basically. And we get like a 5 to 10 minute little thing about that. So after that, Mark and Layla go to this guy that I guess he's like supposed to be like really rich. He does archaeological stuff, tombs, coffins, Egyptians, all the same thing too. So they both go to him with a fake story. Like, okay, you're my husband, you're my wife. We're here on vacation. We want to just look at Egyptian relics, basically. Cool. So they go to him. He shows them where the coffin is for the guy they was looking for. But Mark can't read it. Layla doesn't know what's going on. The only person that can help them is Steven. So Mark asks Layla to distract everybody so him and Steven can like talk. Steven and Mark, their relationship is starting to grow slowly because they're both starting to realize, Mark is starting to realize that he can't do this without Steven. Steven is starting to realize that, like, yeah, he doesn't want nothing to do with what's going on, but through the actions that Steven is making, he's starting to realize that, like, we need to stop Arthur. So they're both coming to, like, somewhat an agreement of working together a little bit. Because while Mark is talking to Steven about the coffin, Steven is like, give me my body back and it's mine. You go away, basically. So Steven still doesn't want no part of this, really. So in the middle of Steven and Mark someone finding it on equal grounds about what's going on, Arthur shows up trying to basically destroy the coffin so Mark and Layla can't find the tomb, basically. And this is like the first best part of the episode. It's like a whole fight scene. Mark puts on the suit, the Moon Knight suit, and starts kicking ass. We get more of a demonstration of Moon Knight's power. You know, his his hero named Moon Knight. We get more demonstration of his power. So apparently he not only is, because of Mark outside the suit, he's a I guess like a, you could call him like a special military guy because he's good with weapons and fighting hand to hand combat. There was combat in the beginning, like the first 20 minutes of the, not the first, like the second 10 minutes of the, not even second, more like the 25, so 15 seconds after the beginning with Layla. It was showing that Mark can fight without the suit. But this one shows that on certain situations he needs a suit because he got stabbed like 5 times and he broke that shit off and kept fighting. So he has regenerative ability, quick regenerative ability, like damn near almost quicker than Wolverine's regenerative powers. And he has like Egyptian fighting styles too with the suit on. Right now, the only supernatural thing that's about him is like, oh, he can run, he's fast with the suit on, and he can regenerate from any wound. So there's that. They also gave Layla like a minute or two fight for herself too. She can handle herself pretty well. So, well, I'm not gonna say pretty well. Like she almost died, but she can handle herself when it's just like her against one person. Yeah. So after they get the stuff that's still there from the coffin, they go into the desert to like figure out how can they find the tomb because the coffin where the dude they was looking for at, it like you had to like put his stuff together to form a map basically of where the tomb was. And once again, they're like, we don't know what's going on. So Layla, who knows that Steven's the other side of Mark, she's like, we need Steven's help. We can't do this without Steven. He knows this stuff. He knows all about the Egyptian past and everything that's happening now. We need him for this. So Mark was like, fine, Steven, take control. So when Steven takes control, I thought that Steven was going to have like one of those, yep, bye. I didn't sign up for this. I don't want any part of this. And Layla was going to have to convince him it's bigger than me, you, and Mark. But he automatically agrees. He's like, okay, you put this here, you put that there, bam. And he makes a star, but it's like a map. But he's like, we have this, but we don't know where exactly the tomb is because this map was made thousands, hundreds of years ago. And we'll have to look at the sky. What they call that? It's like a, I think it started with a C. Core, not core. If you guys know when people draw maps of the stars, if you know what that word is, basically that. But because it was so old ago, made so long ago, it was only for the stars aligned at that time. So they was kind of stuck again. But surprisingly, Kosher was like, I know about the stars. I was there from like very beginning. I know all about those stars. So what Kosher did, he told Steven to put his version of the suit on, which is, as you can see in my background, this right here. And he said, right, like that. So he says, do what I do. So he starts turning back, not time, but like turning back time. He starts turning back time with the stars. And basically everybody on the whole earth is seeing this happen. This low-key was my second favorite part because this also shows like how powerful Moon Knight is too. Like what this man can turn back the stars. Who else knows what he could do with that type of power? So as they're turning back stars to the time where the map was being made, the other guys was like, okay, you defied our law again, so now we're going to imprison you in stone. So as they're imprisoning him stone, he tells Spencer, like, after this is done, tell Mark to free me. I have no idea how that's going to happen, but clearly it's going to be shown and explained later in the episodes. I think there's like 3 more episodes, I think. I think it's like only like a six episode series. So, as Spencer is turning back the stars and Kosha is like slowly like being imprisoned, Layla draws the map on her little computer thing and they find where this tomb is. And right after that, Kosha is in prison. And because he's in prison, Spencer and Mark, they lose their power. and they pass out. It's almost like they're in a coma state because Layla's trying to wake him up and she can't wake him up. And then they go back to the Egyptian gods and they bring Arthur back, let him know like you was right, Kosha couldn't be trusted, he was going crazy. But they don't know that everything Kosha was saying was true. Arthur is going to summon Amnit. And he did all this so they could imprison Kosha because Kosha was the only one, well, Kosha, Mark, and Spencer was the only real threat to Arthur. And now that he's gone, Spencer and, not Spencer, I don't know why I keep saying Spencer, Steven and Mark lost their power. They're no real threat anymore. And it just ends with Layla trying to wake up Mark and he's not waking up. So I feel like the next episode is gonna be just based off of Mark and Steven like having like a man-to-man talk or something like that. I don't know. Because, like I said, it looked like it ended in them being in a coma. So, we'll see about that. Let's do pros and cons of this episode. Things I liked about this episode: a little more action. I like how they brought more of the gods in. I like how we got to see Kosha a little more, like have him more there. The Star movie thing, we get to see more of Moon Knight's powers. I like that. And that's pretty much it. What I didn't like about this episode, man, that's a good thing. There's nothing that I could really. I don't want to nitpick about things that I really didn't like. I mean, there's nothing that I can say I really did not like. I mean, just those things that I liked. That was it. Everything else was just like, it was whatever it was. So my final rating for the episode, 6 out of 10. I give it a 6 out of 10. It was better than I don't remember if I gave episode 2 higher than a 6 out of 10, but I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10 because this one was better. This was okay for an episode. You know, had a good balance of like stuff in Mark's mind, Steven's mind, Layla's point of view, more of Kosha before he gets in prison, the gods, the powers. So I can say that I feel like this episode is getting, this TV show is getting better. So, like I said, I think there's like only like 3 more episodes left. So we'll see how the last 3 episodes play out. So that's my review of Moon Knight, episode 3. Once again, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you will. Thumbs up, thumbs down in the comments. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. Tell me your opinion on the episode if you've seen it already. If you haven't, then I hope this review will probably get you into probably watching it. If not, then I understand that too. My next review I plan to do most likely will probably be the Doctor Strange movie that's coming out. That's coming out in 3 days. It's either that or I might do a review of the episode 4 for the Halo TV show. I don't know which one I'm going to do first, but I know definitely I will be dropping the Doctor Strange review as soon as it comes out. Like, right when it comes out in theaters, I do plan to go see it. I do plan to do a review of it. So thank you guys for your time. I hope you all having a blessed day. Drink your water. Water, lemon and honey, good for you. Stay safe, stay blessed, and till next time.